Derby County have submitted a bid for Bristol City defender Zak Vyner. The bid is rumoured to be worth around £1 million, as per that of Sky Sports News. Now, the 28-year-old, I believe, is an academy graduate at Aston Gate and is expected to enter the final year of his contract this season. He's made so far 234 appearances as a Bristol City player. Now, the problem with this is it looks as if the bid is set to be rejected, as it is understood the bid falls well short of Bristol City's evaluation on a player who was part of their first championship playoff campaign since 2008. Now, obviously, it looks as if Derby County are looking to bring in another centre-half over the course of this transfer window. You can let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. I don't necessarily believe we need one, but we will get into Zak Vyner a little bit more in this video. Now, if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Make sure you let me know your thoughts down in the comments. But should we get into it? Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets. Now, obviously, Derby County have essentially been throwing cash around at the moment. You look at the reported bid for that of Callum Britton, rumoured to be around £3 million. You look at some of the money we've spent on Patrick Adjumang. We've got a loan deal in the works for Owen Beck. And we've brought in Carlton Morris on a fee-paid transfer as well. Now, on this one, in regards to Zak Vyner, I think it's one which certainly needs to be discussed and addressed, because Derby County certainly do seem to be looking at those sort of defensive positions where, in my opinion, I think Derby County need to sort of take a proper look at sort of like the midfield options and things like that. But that's obviously something which may come later down the line. Now, across the course of Zak Vyner's career so far, he's played across the course at a range of different positions. He can play in both fullback positions as well as centre-back, holding midfield, and as like a number 8 box-to-box type midfielder. But many of you will know him from his time at Bristol City, where he plays as part of the back 3. Now, he can play at right back. It's not an impossibility, and we know that Derby County have been looking to strengthen that area of the pitch with obviously the injury concerns that come with the players like Kane Wilson, like Ryan Nyambe and Joe Ward, and also you've got Jake Rooney that's sort of settling in back into professional football. But it's one of those for me where this deal, in my opinion, if he's going to join Derby County, he's coming in as a centre-back. Now, many people will sort of look at sort of the centre-back discussion and go, well, where does he fit in that regard? Because we've got a lot of players in that position, in my opinion. And for me, that's sort of one of the main positions where I think Derby County are strongest. You look at Matt Clarke, you look at Danny Bart, you look at Jake Rooney. Then you've got, currently injured, you've got Curtis Nelson, Sondre, Langas. You've got Craig Forsyth who can step into that position. You've got Ryan Nyambe who can step in at centre-back. You've got Ibo Adams in midfield who can also step in as well. And if you look at, obviously, some of the younger players who have played that position over the course of pre-season so far, you've got the likes of Kai Robinson. Darren Robinson has played within a back 3 before. So it's one of those for me where I think that centre-back position is a position where Derby County are pretty strong in regards of their first team and even what they've got coming through the ranks. And one of the new lads who many of you may not know, Rio Canaville, can play in that centre-back position as well. And obviously that's something which will need to be addressed by John Eustace and things like that as we head into this upcoming season. Now, if we do look at Zak Vyner's career as a whole. He's made 320 appearances since 2015-16, where he made his senior debut, scoring 6 goals, collecting 4 assists, as well as 31 yellow cards with 26,888 minutes. Now, he has spent time, I believe, out on loan. I don't think any of the moves were permanent with the likes of Accrington, Plymouth, Aberdeen and Rotherham. But he spent the majority of his time in the Championship with 239 appearances. Now, I like the look of this signing in regards to that of Curtis Nelson's coming towards the end of his current contract. You've got obviously Craig Forsyth is in the final year of his contract as well. You look at players like Ryan Niambi who are sort of struggling for fitness. And I think it's smart for Derby to prepare themselves for the future. We've got Clarke and Langas who are sort of long-term centre-back options. You've obviously got the youngsters that are potentially coming through. Now, Vyner, I think, if I remember rightly, is 28 years old. You can obviously correct me on that down in the comments if I'm wrong on that, but I believe he's 28. And for me, if you've then got Clarke, who's what, 28, 29, Langas 24, 25, Vyner 28, that's 3 who can probably play for the next 3-4 years at a really good level. You've then got Rooney sort of coming through, and you can sort of have like Danny Bart and Curtis Nelson sort of slowly dwindle out. Now, I know Danny Bart has only just come into the club, but when you're looking at the age and things like that, it's massively important to be able to have that rotation of players, and that's obviously something which at times last season Derby County didn't have that strength in depth. Now, it is one for me where the money involved, the £1 million bid that we've submitted, I don't think is that bad of a fee, if I'm completely honest. I think the money involved in that is completely fine. However, I don't think that that is going to get done, if that makes sense. They're obviously going to ask for a little bit more. Now, for me, it's obviously smart for Derby County to bolster the options, but what for me isn't right is for Derby County to have 7 centre-backs and only 5 central midfielders. It's 4 central midfielders at the moment in regards to that of players that are fit and things like that. Because if you have Clarke, Bart, Rooney, Nelson, Langas, and you put Fozzie in there as well, and then you bring in Zak Vyner, it's just, for me, it's a deal that just doesn't really make sense. Now, he's valued at €2.8 million as per Transfer Market. A year left on his contract. Is it really a move that Derby County need to make? In my personal opinion, I'm quite happy with the options we have in the centre-back position. I completely understand the idea of looking forwards and looking past this season, but ultimately this season hasn't even got underway yet. So we need to make sure that if we are bringing in players in that position, they're sort of long-term players as well, which I think Vyner would be. But also, you can't ignore Jake Rooney. You can't ignore the likes of Kai Robinson, Rio Canaville, who are all coming through the ranks as well. And there's plenty of other players who can play in that centre-back position within the academy as well. Someone like Luke Banks as well, who I was surprised wasn't involved in the Austria trip, but I imagine that's probably related to the injury he had at the back end of last season. Now, obviously, in regards to this Zak Vyner deal, personally, don't necessarily think it's going to happen, but you can obviously let me know your thoughts down in the comments if you have not done so already. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell, and I'll catch you in my next video. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets.